Hi, this is Brandon Smiley, owner of Thirst Gym in Terre Haute, Indiana. Today I'm going to talk about an exercise we use called the Kickstand RDL. This is basically a single leg RDL with the rear foot supported on the ground. The reason we do that is we've got more point of contact on the ground, and that kind of takes away some of the stability component that people have with a single leg RDL. So when we're working with youth athletes or new personal training clients, we try to take something that's very complex and break it down to something simple, and we try to start at like a square one, so to speak. So we'll try to eliminate how many chances they have of potentially making a mistake with the exercise. So the simpler we make it, the more we set them up for success. The single leg RDL is great because we get the benefits of single leg training, but we're not actually on just one leg, so some of the balance component is taking out, which for a lot of youth athletes, we need to go back to that square one like I mentioned. So the nice thing about the single leg RDL is that you're going to train each leg independently, but we're actually teaching the hinge pattern as well. So when it comes to like youth athletics, for example, we know that the glutes and the hamstrings are incredibly important when it comes to sprinting, cutting, running, jumping. And so we try to make sure that we ingrain the hinge pattern a lot here at Thirst. And the single leg RDL is a very nice way to do that, especially when we have athletes only training twice a week, that we can work on hinging twice a week, have a single leg variant on one day and a bilateral or both legs stance on another day. So with the single leg RDL here, I'm going to pick 2 kettlebells, and what we're going to do is we're going to get in our kickstand stance. So we can use this stance in multiple different exercise pools, but for this particular exercise, obviously we're just doing the RDL. But our kickstand stance is where our front leg is completely flat and our back leg is on our toe. So we're going to dig that in like we're about to take a sprint. We stand tall, we got our weights in our hands. I prefer to load this exercise with a weight in each hand. You can obviously load it with a goblet position, or offset it with a single side, or a front rack if you really wanted to. You can get really creative with this foot stance just by itself. And what we're going to do with our regular hinge pattern is we're just going to unlock that front knee. So we're going to have what we call a soft knee. That's going to let us be able to hinge around the hip. Then we're going to keep our chest tall. We're going to stick our butt out hard. We're going to really push those hips back, and then we're going to bring forward. So it's just going to be enough until we feel a stretch in our hamstring and our glute, and then we're going to come back up tall. Some athletes, that's very, very deep. Other athletes, it's not as deep. It all depends upon their hamstring mobility, what they have. And that's a great thing, is that we get to load the hamstring and try to get it to stretch further to help prevent injury when we're actually sprinting or playing sport. And then you would obviously just switch legs. Like I said, you can change how you load it and how you want to hold on to your weights. We generally program this from 3 to 4 sets of anywhere from 6 to 10 a leg. Every now and then we might do 12 if there's a certain athlete that just needs more repetitions into building that particular exercise and that particular movement pattern. If you have any questions, just visit thirstgym.com. We'd like to see you in the gym. Have a great day.